moment while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my weekly broadcast. I am Sami Abu Saad, Director of Education at T3 Live. I hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend's going great. We're going to talk about the market. I'm going to go over my swing ideas with you. But before we start, as always, standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. Now on to the free ebook. So if you're new to my channel, please download the free ebook. Link for that is in the description below. Without further ado, let's get started. If you find benefit, please be sure to hit the like button. If you have any questions, leave a comment or email us, info@t3live.com. So we'll start off by going over the market, and here we go. Daily chart of the SPY. This is the hourly chart of the SPY. Daily chart of the QQQ, which is the top 100 companies in the NASDAQ. And then the IWM. They all look like they're doing a buy setup. So it pulled back to the 20 MA and is moving back up. So it looks bullish, but excuse me. I apologize, excuse me. So, but I feel like it's too soon because I felt that this pullback was a bit bearish. So I feel like it's a bit too soon to be going back up already. That's the part that I'm not 100% sure about. What would be great, I think, is if we came in tomorrow, Monday, and then maybe we went back up. If we do something like this, where we come in and then we proceed to take out the highs, that would be very, very bullish, and I would feel comfortable saying we are higher. If we just keep going, it's gonna be tough, because when I feel that we have a strong top, the first attempt to go back up usually fails, and this one doesn't look like it wants to fail. So what would be ideal, as I said, is if we come in a little bit and then confirm the up move by going back up and taking out that pivot, okay, that resistance level basically. So that's what I'm looking for, but only time will tell. So I have a game plan in mind. I don't know if it's gonna pan out like this. I don't know if it's gonna play out like this, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. If you look at Bitcoin monthly chart, I mean, it sure looks like it could come in, right? It just needs to break under 107 something. That's 105, but this is 107 300. So if we can break under 107, 105, we should be starting a monthly pullback. It doesn't look like it's the top. I mean, to me, it's not like we went from 10,000 to 70,000 nonstop. No, we went up, came in, went up, came in, went up, came in maybe, and then go back up. So I don't think we're at a longer term top in the market. Also, I mean, this is a weekly chart. Is this how, I mean, this is not how a serious top usually forms. That's Bitcoin. So I feel like this is maybe a shorter term top in Bitcoin and medium term top, but we still need to take out at a bare minimum 107, maybe 105, but at least 107, which is last month's September's low basically. So with that in mind, it makes me not want to be as bullish on the market if I think that Bitcoin is topping out. So that's the other part that is in the back of my mind. Sure, we're short-term traders for the most part, but the long-term trader in me thinks that if Bitcoin is topping out, and Bitcoin every single time the market tops, Bitcoin is ahead of it, like every single time. So if I think that Bitcoin may be topping out, then I don't feel as bullish about the market. But in the short term, it still remains bullish. Of course, we break under this pivot and we're looking at probably the next pivot low if we break under it. But that's not how a normal long-term top forms. The normal long-term top forms by going really up a lot, like vertical, climactic, parabolic, however way you want to put it. So we'll see. Only time will tell. We'll have, I think this week is going to be critical. We'll have a lot more information by next weekend, basically by the end of this week. All right, on to the swing ideas. I know this was a long, talk about the market, But I mean, I enjoy discussing the market. I hope you do as well. It's not just always about making money. It's about kind of thinking about things, broadening my knowledge and perspective about things. And I hope this kind of conversation does that for you. I'm bullish on the China stocks, though. If the US market topped, then they topped as well. I'm in the yen, I'm in the BABA, you know, so I have a bunch of them. I know the yen is holding a good amount. BABA probably might be top, I mean, short-term top, I don't know. We'll see, but I'm in it from way back, so it's fine. So the next bullish China stock that I like is BEKE. It does need to take out 1965, okay? Stop under the red bars low. Can we cheat, so to speak, and use this pivot as a stop? Sure. But if you're thinking about it as a longer term play, which I am, because all the ones that I'm in are longer term, then I'm gonna use the big stop. The big stop is $1. So entries at 1965, we said 66. Stop would be under 1865. $1 stop. That's the monthly chart. So I'm hoping it gets up to here. Hoping. First, it needs to trigger. No play unless it triggers. But if it triggers, then I'm hoping it at least gets up to 25. If you look at BABA, I mean, that's kind of what it looked like over here. Not as, I mean, BABA was maybe prettier and over here. And where is it at now? It's at 170 rather than 80, right? So this is similar, but not as pretty for sure. And then from here, the list gets worse and worse, meaning these are aggressive ideas. The BMNR, long over 51.50, stop under 47.20, and target would be 60, and maybe it shoots up above. But that the prior pivot high would be target 1 at least. That's 64 actually. So it's got a good amount of room to run on the BMNR. LU, I already called it in the newsletter. I have a position in my IRA because it's a China stock also. I'm treating it as a long-term play. The call was here, and then the stop is right here. So it's up a good amount, but I think it's not too late, to tell you the truth. It's just not a very good entry, but it's not too late. As you can see, it's been basing for a long time. So who knows if this is going to be it, if this is going to lead to that upward move, transition up. But if it is, I want to be in it because this could explode easily, could explode up. So I'm in it, would like to add to it if possible, and that's why I'm watching it. The LUMN I don't love because of the double top, but it does have a decent looking entry over 605 with a stop under 550 or 545. Might as well use 545. This is 545, that's 550. Entry right here. Okay, it's a buy setup plus an hourly breakout, I think, sort of. I don't love it. SEDG, this thing, I don't know how to make money on it. Bought it here, and then it stopped me out. The moment it stopped me out, it shot up. Then I bought it here, and then I think I trailed out here. So I'm kind of bummed about it because I like that monthly chart. This is my favorite type of monthly. I mean, not this chart in particular. I like the stocks that base out a bit longer so that the 20 MA flattens out before, you know, it moves up. So this thing is just barely starting to move up, to curl up that 20 MA. I like it when it's more like the BABA. Look at the 20. See what I mean? That's kind of what I like. Or the Twilio, but not right now when it popped the first time. So okay, so the SEDG is doing that pattern that I like, but it's gonna be a tough entry unless it comes in first. So I'm watching it as a long-term play, and then with a stop would be under 28.50. Okay, SEDG. The WAI. Okay, this thing is a different kind of play. It is a transition A on the daily chart, but what I also like about it is that it's a very tight bar after that gap. So long, maybe not so tight actually, it's $1. Over 5, stop under 4, and then target, who knows? It could, if it wants to, it could get to 20 without much resistance really. So, but that's the idea. And then the XNET is, I think, is another China stock that looks pretty good. The only issue with it is that it's up a lot. It looks like it's headed to this prior top, which is at 11 some change. And then on the daily, it's pretty over 850. There's a stop right here, or I would go with the wider stop. So over 850 by $7 and target about 1150. Those are the longs. Here's the shorts. I got mostly climactics, but not all of them. I like to get involved in a stock after it gaps, which this is. You know, it gapped. Most of the time I play the breakout back up, right? But in this case, it would be a breakdown because it stayed really, really weak. So I'm watching it short. I always like the 20 to be above price if I'm going short, or below price if I'm going long. In this case, I would want to see it base a little bit, and then maybe not tomorrow, but the day after, short. Okay? So maybe not for Monday, but for Tuesday or Wednesday. Neon triggered already on Thursday. I called it in the newsletter as a short. It triggered already, but it's not too late. I like it a lot. It's just getting a little late, but under 355, let's just say, stop over 445. So it's a 90-cent stop. Like it short. RGTI is a climactic sell setup. So the entry would be under this double top. So under this bar's low, stop above it. So under 3070 by 34 or by 3440, and target will be the 20 MA on the daily chart. WDC and the STX and the SanDisk, they all triggered already. Why am I mentioning them again? Because they may be not too late if you're not in already. So it might still be okay to join in on this under the base on the hourly chart, stop above it. Okay. The STX, the call was under the bar's low, so it's already a little late. But if it bases on the hourly a little bit more, then under the hourly base, stop above it. SanDisk is the most difficult because it's way, way too late. I also called this in the newsletter, so there's the entry and the stop. And it's actually trying to move back up. So I really hope it fails, goes up, and then, you know, comes back in, fails. So that's what I'm hoping for. And you can watch for the sell short if it starts to move up and then comes back in. And then the QBTS is very similar to the RGTI. And then quantum computing. So short under this bar's low, stop above it, target the 20 period moving average. I have some more ideas in the video description, but those are the ones that I wanted to highlight in today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. I'll see you on the next video. Take care, everybody. Have a good trading week this week. Take care.